Alright, I'm gonna drop some information on double speech. For instance, here's a rule of double speech. When, like Obama said, or George Bush says, the rule of law. The rule of law is code word for lawlessness. It means these laws are for you, I'm excluded, I'm an elitist. That's really what the rule of law means to these people, is lawlessness. It's like, look, you must follow our lawlessness, because by definition, if we have to follow a law that they don't, they practicing lawlessness. And by default, that also is deception, or why couldn't you come out and straight away say to us, hey, look, dude, you got to follow these laws, but we don't. Hey, this life ain't fair, man. The system is as fair as it can be, bro. Look, I was just born into it like you. Look, man, you can't blame me. I didn't do it. I'm just a victim like you. So here, you're in the law, we are lawless, and suck it, basically. So, I mean, people buy this shit because it's because when you practice in double speech, everything you say, you're saying exactly what people want to hear. It's like you perceive what people want, and you just say it to them in a way they can understand, basically. But the true meaning is not easily understood because it's inversed. You got to look at everything they say with a mirror. Like when you look in a mirror, it is totally inversed. So it's like this. To truly see, it's like when Obama said thank you, or he said yes we can, and then backwards it said thank you Satan, because they truly do speak in this double speech. It's not just necessarily a physical thing; it's a supernatural thing as well. Because, I mean, takes supernatural intelligence for a person to operate that highly in the realm of deception. Okay? The war on terror meant we're going to create more terrorists. The war on poverty means, look, we're crashing the economy. The war on illiteracy or bad schools, it meant that Common Core was coming. It meant communist, socialist re-educationing, and that's what has happened. Anytime they say the war on anything, it means the fucking opposite. They said they needed all this shit to fight terrorists. Well, where are they? What terrorists that aren't affiliated to the CIA are you talking about? Which ones are you talking about? I'm yet to even see a real terrorist. You know what I'm saying? Other than these terrorist, fanatical indoctrination ideologies that are coming upon us, man. I mean, that is the true terrorist. The true terrorist is them and the people that follow them and that are pushing for this Marxist revolution. Because, I mean, truly, dude, all these people who promoted revolution in the past, except for in the case of the founding fathers, even though in the beginning it wasn't Marxist, communist, socialist, but it's becoming in the end. Regardless, I mean, if that's possible, I mean, the good thing about our system, the way it was, it had all these warnings in it. Like, no, this isn't a perfect kind of government. You have to fight to maintain it. You have to engage in it. But they've figured out a crafty way to make us feel like we engage in it, but we don't. And I mean, listen, if you think that your vote means anything, I'm sorry, brother, sister, you are still deceived. And you have fell victim to this lawlessness of which I speak. Because look, if it truly was law, we would have a say. Our vote would count. There wouldn't be all this crafty, clever manipulation going on. So, I mean, come on. Come on. Admit it. And even if you're in the system, if you're one of these cyber boys watching me right now, I mean, at least go like this and say, yeah, he's right. I mean, too bad he can't fix it or stop it, but he's right. So, it's the truth. I mean, they've always played both sides of the war, false flagged us so many times over, paid for the communists, paid for the fucking fascists, paid for Marx, paid for all these people's educationing to make these antithesis ideologies. This is part of the problem, reaction, solution, Hegelian dialectic. It's the same thing. See, the thing about look, just like us on this side, we're getting the problem reaction solution. Well, the Muslims are getting problem reaction solution. The communists are getting problem reaction solution. The whole world works by problem reaction solution Hegelian dialectic. Controlled opposition. Like, dude, it looks like we're going to World War III with Russia. Who is? Obama and our Congress ain't going to fight these guys. Putin ain't coming out to fight. He ain't putting on his armor. The only people that are going to die and suffer because of this shit is us. Is me and you. The common motherfucker. Everyone else has got their fucking bunker to go into. And, you know, they got all their enforcers out here all geared up, man, with fucking all the artillery, man, to fuck us up. I mean, and then they're trying to get you to revolt and take some kind of violent action. And then that justifies all these precautions that they took. This is what Ferguson is about. It's double speech, man. It's like, look, America's pretending to be corrupt, so you will call for the UN so they don't have to tell you the hard way. Hey, well, look, dude, they've already been in control for a long time, man. It's just you're the last one to get the memo. Keep working, because you've been so busy working and greasing the skids of the system. You don't even realize that this is coming, that it's here. It's not coming, it's here. It's underway. We're in the process of this fucking shift, of this fucking Hegelian dialectic problem reaction solution, connery, just straight, I mean, it is nothing but deception, man. I mean, it straight up is Hollywood. I mean, everything has become Hollywood because we've been so programmed by it that it works. They're like, wow, this works, man. Now we can just do it everywhere, and they'll just treat it the same as if they're watching a movie or a TV. I mean, basically, it is like that sometimes. Even I catch myself not seeing the true gravity of the situation and making light, laughing at these crazy accusations. I laugh at them because they're so outrageous, outlandish that it has got to be a joke. But it's not. It is, but it isn't. It is the one who was, but isn't, but yet is, basically. It's trippy like that out here, but this double speech, you guys always fall for it. World peace. Don't you know, to these people means world conquest. It doesn't mean the absence of war. It just means there'll be no one to contend against them because they disarmed everyone and microchipped them. Then there'll be world peace. We are one. You are one piece of this beast, basically. That's why I'm totally against we are one. I see the whole New Ager deception as the old age deception, the Babylonian deception, which is another double speech. Everything out here is double speech. Most people speak in the terms of double speech. What they mean to you is something different what they mean to their insider brethren, the brotherhood. I'm starting to think, who ain't a member of the brotherhood? Now, I understand how they got you to be a member of the brotherhood, because, I've been through the gang stalking. I go through the group of my peers, trying to cut me down in a roundabout way. It's like you know things, dude. You know what I'm saying? If you know how to read between the lines, man, and the people out here, they are not stupid, man. They are very smart. I've listened to a lot of these smart people, and what it is, they raise me up a certain amount of the way, but then they drop the ball, man, because they're not willing to go the whole way, because if they did, it would ruin their nest egg that they got now. They wouldn't be able to go to their bunker. They wouldn't be able to save their family. They wouldn't be able to continue on making a living unless, to some extent, they got to have a truce with the beast. And they do, whether they know it or not. Whether if they haven't came to you and said, you got to make a truce. Well, that's because some part of your doctrine is off and they're benefiting from it then. But there's no other way around it. It is what it is. It's just the way it is now. God willing, people will repent and seek out the truth. Just the truth. The truth comes from God, man. And You know, when men stand in as middlemen between you and God, you know, well, that's because they don't have all the truth, or you'd be meeting them there at the finish line instead of, you know, in the middle. Basically, they wouldn't be waiting in the way of the path to catch the unsuspecting people. You know what I'm saying? And draw them off course or slow them down on the way. Which, you know, I mean, it's crazy, but I mean, even the shit I say. I mean, look, I don't expect that you believe me blindly without looking around and seeing if there's any truth to it. Find a couple sources that agree with what I tell you, even before you make a judgment call on it and change your belief or viewpoint or understanding. Make sure you understand for yourself. You know what I'm saying? Because look, that's why I can say things, because look, I have an understanding. I've researched, I've studied, I've been instructed, I've been shown and entertained to things. I mean, when I say entertained, that doesn't mean like what you say about watching TV or reading a magazine. You know what I'm saying? For entertainment purposes. What just entertain means, listen, I gave it ear, and I gave it some thought. It gave me some brain stimulation and activity, and I didn't resist. I just took it in and weighed it out through what I know to be the truth. Always run it back by the truth. You know what I'm saying? What you know is the truth. Always make sure any new information that you get, if it doesn't, if it contests against what you know to be true, that you don't need to prove or disprove, well, go look for where they went wrong, you know, and then reveal it to them, because it's like, you know, that's just, you know, that's how we're supposed to do this. I mean, the doctrine, the words here for reproving, rebuking, and just as there's a standard we're all supposed to live by, at least, so that, you know, there's no division amongst us. But look, there's so much division through these little Willie Lynch tactics. So people gotta recognize it and reject it.